name is Samuel, I'm a first year student here at the IBTI and I'm standing on the foundations of our new building. These foundations were laid 4 years ago and now we're ready for our next step. The next step is to get the walls, the windows and the roof on. In the next few minutes we'll be finding out a little bit more about IBTI, Vision 500 and how you can make a difference in raising this building.
Now to find out more about Vision 500, I'm here today with John White, who together with his wife Eliana lead the International Bible Training Institute here in Burgess Hill. So what is Vision 500?
In a nutshell, Vision 500 is to find 500 partners that will commit to raise £1,000 to help the second phase of a building programme that we've been going on for the last 4 years. £1,000 for 500 people, 500,000. That will complete our second phase of our building. The resources are there. God has been faithful. He's poured His resources into us. Now we need to reinvest those resources into this project.
Sounds fantastic, but how did this Vision 500 come about?
It came about simply because I'm not a millionaire. I don't have a lot of resources, but the little bit I have, I started to realise that in the Bible we find many people that had little bits to give. 5 loaves, 2 fishes, a little flour and a little oil. And yet these small amounts in the hands of God brought massive resources and massive opportunities were available and reached. So I thought to myself, how can we break down £1 million? Breaking it down, I actually realised that I only need 500 people or 1,000 people that will give a little bit. And everybody working together, giving a little bit, God multiplies it. It's not difficult. And so I think we can all get behind this vision, Vision 500.
It's also our ambition and vision for the building to be used in the community of Burgess Hill as a social hub.
So we're here now with Eliana White. Eliana, how is the new building going to help to advance you in your visions and your dreams?
Yeah, it's funny, but when we look at the new building, for some reason I don't see it, I don't feel in my heart that it's just a project of a new building to have new accommodation, new rooms with new bathrooms and a big chapel. I don't look at it that way. It's not the glamour of having a new building. To me, it's really, you know how I feel? I feel like I want to build a house for my family. You know what I mean? I know there is all the technical things attached to it, but I feel it's so mine. We feel it's so ours that we're not even looking at building a project or building a building for somebody else or for the church or for the kingdom. It's like, hey, we need to get it's the dream of our house is a bit old. Let's get a new house, and so I really want to transmit to everybody. Today and for the months and years to come, that whoever feels a pull to give to this project, that they are not helping us to build a building, but they're actually helping us to create a home where more students in generations to come can come.
Although Vision 500 is to do with building a building, the reality is that we're building an army, we're building a workforce that will go into nations and reach nations with the good news of God's love and the power of the transformation that Jesus brings in a life. I'm reminded of a widow woman that had only a little flour and a little oil, and yet she didn't know it, but she was about to encounter a miracle. Something happens when we start to invest in God's work, when we start to invest in people's lives. And I'm just sharing this with you because I believe that when we continue our investment, because many of you are investing in the work of IBTI already, and through that we're doing amazing work throughout the world. Many of you former students that are working worldwide have sacrificed and given of your resources to help the work here at IBTI. I'm asking you again to bring your oil and bring your flour and watch what God can do with the little that you have. I'm actually believing for your personal miracle, and my personal miracle is we see God developing and growing inside of us. Please stand with us. See this development taking form. The foundations are down. We need to build the second phase, and then we will inevitably train this mighty army that God is raising up in these days. Better facilities, better resources. We want to make it a hub where people can come and impart vision, impart counsel, impart wisdom, and get behind young men, young women, and see them prepared to the maximum, equipped for the task that God has called them to do. Thank you, and God bless you.
After all we've said today, I just realized we've got so much to thank God for. I just want to thank God for His grace, thank God for His love. I believe we have to thank past generation, thank God for all of you, thank God for His people, thank God for churches and for friends, for past students, for lecturers, for trustees, for the staff and students of the IBTI. And I want to thank future generation for believing, coming on board and believing in the vision of the IBTI, and believing that there is a need to train and develop young men and women to go back to their nations and really set fires wherever they go. There is a need in Europe and in many other parts of the world, and we want to respond to that. So I want to thank everybody that in one way or the other contributes to make this work happen. It's not our work. This is the IBTI. The work of the IBTI can't be owned by anybody. It's too big to be owned or to be shaped by only one person. So it's like really the body of Christ coming together and serving God together. Thank you.